Yo, GQ, what's happening, my brother?
What's happening? What's happening?
Man, it's football season, man. Football season starts in 2 days, man. For us, it starts in 5 days. Raider football season starts in 5 days. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? All games matter in some aspects because Friday is the Chiefs and the Charger game. So we want them both to lose. We don't know how we can make that work. Maybe they'll tie. Hey, uh, but you know what I'm saying? Let's go, man. Football is back, baby. Football is back. And so we need to be back more often. Me and the wife and Viv and Boo Boo and a few people heading out to New England on Thursday. So we're gonna be out there to rep the nation out there hard in Boston, being town, let them know, man. We still mad. We still remember the tug pull nonsense, man. We going out there to win a game. You know what I'm saying? We ready to
hmm
talk about. Ready to talk about the season. We ready to talk about this game, all of it, and let's go. Let's get it started. And Q will be in here in a little bit. He's getting off work, heading to the house. He's gonna be a little late. He's doing the best he can, but you know how the Bay Area traffic be, man. So hopefully he'll be quicker than slower.
We also may be getting our good brother Raider Killmonger Eric should possibly be coming through as well. You know he loves to talk ball. Typically, if you guys don't know, I put the link into our other page in the comments. That's the Nation or Nothing page. So if you don't see us on here, you may see myself and Killmonger on the other channel, on the other YouTube channel, on the Nation or Nothing podcast, still talking the same Raider shit. Um,
For sure.
but yeah, bro, it's we here, right? All
We
the
here.
all the talk, all the work, all the moves, all the what I mean, roster adjustments, and whatever the case may be, it brings us to this, right? Week
All the
one.
everything. All the everything. Week one. Week one is here. Week one is here.
Couple
I'm just
different couple
excited.
different storylines.
It's a lot of different storylines, but I like the fact that we're playing on the road in New England in week one. We don't play good. We don't play good on the East Coast, generally speaking, right? But it's a new regime. It's a new everything. So I'm hoping that changes. I feel like it helps us that this is week one, so we won't be all as messed up with the time zone with all that. We don't have to worry about the weather. We know the
Here's
schedule game I brought up earlier. We know the weather played a huge factor in them robbing us that year. Uh,
here's my
so
question.
yes,
My question is it the Raiders organization that's influencing coaches, or is it the coaches that influences the organization? I asked that question like this, right? It's crazy because when you look at all the coaches, you go historically, right, in the past 20 years, historically, for whatever reason, it seems like the coaching regimes that we had, no matter who it was, we always played shitty on the East Coast in the morning times, especially in whether it's weather game or regular game. We always have a particular thing when it comes to traveling to the East. My question is, does Pete Carroll himself have that problem? Right? We can look at the Raiders and be like, hey man, the past 10 years, every time we go to the East, man, damn, we always losing. But does Pete Carroll have that history? Because if Pete Carroll doesn't have that history, is he going to influence us, or is the
we do.
organization the stigma of us losing on the East Coast? Is that something that's going to rub off on him? Oh, Pete's with the Raiders now, so it's the same old shit. Raiders losing on the East Coast in the morning, or is it nah? We actually got a good coach, and he's going to fucking coach us out of that. That's something that had to do with coaching. It wasn't necessarily the Raiders. It's like the teams that we had, the coaches that was coaching couldn't
Right.
fucking get the job done.
Get it done. And when you say that, I agree with that. It was the coaches that we had and the teams that we had. So we say that we can't win on the East Coast. Well, we ain't been able to win on East technically. I mean, more, you know what I'm saying, more than lose.
Right.
So of course we're probably gonna lose on the East Coast a lot because we were losing so many games the last whatever. So
Right.
I mean, at some point we got to turn it around, and we're hoping Pete Carroll, Spy Tech, all them are the ones that turn around. Gino, and I'm excited to see it, bro. I love the fact that to me, Gino is one of the most underrated quarterbacks out there. Like, it's no respect. First off, let me say hi to my lovely wife who's in here, and the homeboy D Menace who's in here early. You know, we trying to come back. It's Raider season. We trying to get it back, get it going again. So, yeah,
Absolutely, everybody in here, man. Well, and actually, let me pause like I always do, and let me go ahead and shout out to all the new members. I don't if from the time we last saw y'all till now, if there's anybody that has initiated any new members that came on, we just want to make sure that we shout y'all out. Welcome y'all to the drinking club. You know what I mean? Be ready for a fucking season of some shit, man. The season's about to start now, so this is that time. Shout out to LA. Shout out to LA, to the LA homies. So this weekend, one of the homies, my nigga Johnny Blaze, John was out here. He from LA, Raider fan, diehard Raider fan, and he was talking about he got some people out there that he's trying to get up here to initiate, only because he wants them to initiate how he did in front of us. You know what I mean? In the scenario, in the black hole or in the J lot, with the crew.
Yeah.
But I did let him know that if he, as he is a official member, has been initiated, if he just has some people and they want to record the initiations and send it over, they can also, they don't have to wait to come up here. You can initiate as well. But I mean, if you want to do it in front of us, that's cool too. But yeah, just you know what I mean?
You know, you might want to do it once and then you might want to do it again. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what we do.
You feel me? So I just wanted to take time and shout out to the members, man, and welcome back all to the RNDC family. Before we get too deep in the X's and O's, I definitely want to just shout out and salute everybody that's a part of the club, you know what I mean, and that's getting down with us. So salute to y'all.
Yeah, for
now
sure.
Back to it. Week one. So it's a couple different things, right? So you got Pete Carroll, obviously new head coaching position, right? You got Mike Vrabel, new head coaching position, right? You got two not first time head coaches, but two new coaches in new positions in new areas. You know what I mean? Going head up. So you got that little storyline on their first little taste of blood with their new teams. Then you got obviously us seeing Josh McDaniels over again. It was so punk ass, you know what I mean? So going back in to beat up on McDummy. We definitely love the chance to get all up in his offense, you know what I mean, and fuck that shit up. And Tom Brady obviously is now donning the silver and black, going back into Foxborough, you know what I mean, as a Raider. So that whole dynamic is crazy.
Bro, that's gonna be so interesting when we're out there. When I'm out there, and it's gonna be a million Patriot fans out there wearing Tom Brady jerseys. I mean, that's like Niners fans are gonna wear Joe Montana or Jerry Rice, or Raider fans are gonna wear Marquise Louis or Tim Brown or whoever. And when we go out there and when I see them, Lord have mercy, I can't wait, man. And I can't wait to get out there. Raider Nation is gonna be deep out there. We got all kinds of stuff. Set up out there. We got all kinds of stuff set up out there. Events and stuff, Raider events and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be out there trying to initiate East Coast Raiders fans, the homeboy Corey is part of the Coast for New York. He lives out there in Mass. Dame and Crystal are coming out, and Dame and Crystal are coming out, so they'll be out there. We finna roll the Raider events, man. We going to the Raider events. We try to get as many new initiations out there as I can, man. Let's go. This stuff over here, hell loud, bro.
Hold on.
Y'all can hear that, but I'm trying to figure it out. Because if I mute you, it's hell loud. But
what that is I'm outside next to my AC unit. That's my fucking AC. That's what that is.
Oh man,
the AC's on. I'm gonna have to cut the AC off.
Man. Oh yeah, it's hell loud, bro. I'm having a hard time hearing you talk. I don't know how it's doing. Yeah, audio stripping. Yeah. But that sounds better right there. I don't know. Hopefully it get right. I know my AC be going off sometimes, but hopefully it don't go off now too. Okay, GQ over there trying to work on his AC. Get that right. Hopefully Q will be here pretty quick. And let's talk about it. I'm here right now to talk about how I think we're going to beat the Patriots. I really believe we're going to win this game. And I know we have faith every year. We need to see it. But this team is different. As long as we're healthy, our offense is going to be dynamic this year, man. The offensive line is huge. To me, they've shown improvement last year. They showed improvement in the preseason, the last couple games. They're opening holes. Austin Jeanty is the truth, man. We just need him to be very smart when he's wanting to lower his shoulder and run over people, because we cannot have that man get hurt. To me, he makes Zeus Samir White really good as a backup, because you just keep getting pounded by dudes. Zeus could lower his shoulder all he wants now because he's a second string dude, and just keep beating up on these dudes, man. The offensive line's got to get nasty, get in there, get holes, push forward, run the ball. But it leads Geno able to go ahead and go play action. And I believe that last year, I know last year, Geno, a man who I said gets no respect, Geno absolutely destroyed the Patriots. He threw for like 350 on them.
Yes, you still hear the same shit?
Yeah. Hopefully it'll shut off pretty quick. But yeah, Geno absolutely destroyed their corners. They absolutely ate them up. So Geno is a veteran quarterback. Geno gets so little respect. The homeboy Joe is in here too, man. Let's pull Joe up real quick. Joe, what's up with you, baby?
What's up, man?
Oh, my brother.
What's going on with you,
man? GQ working over here on. He's having a little issues with his audio, so he's working on that right now. But hopefully he get that shit together real quick. Anyway, we're talking about week 1. The Raiders are going out to New England. Obviously, you're a football fan. The Raiders have struggled in the past going East Coast. I feel like 2 things. One is week 1. So that helps kind of make it not as bad being, you know what I'm saying, time difference wise and stuff. Your body isn't really used to the 1 o'clock games or the 4 o'clock games or whatever time it is. Also, Pete Carroll being a veteran coach, obviously it's his first year with us, but he's done this before. Pete Carroll's won every first game with every team he's been on, the Jets, Seattle, New England, right? So he's not scared to go there. Geno ate this team up last year. So, I mean, to me, running the football sets up play action. And the Patriots defense is crap, man. People keep acting. I don't know, the fact that people were acting like, oh, the Patriots are so tough. They won 4 games also last year. They're crap, but their D is just crap, bro. Like, I don't know. Tell me what that's how I see us winning the game. Just eating them up on. I mean, I think Geno goes for 300 yards, 290. I put in the comments earlier, 299. I just whatever.
I think that it's unique because this is a veteran team. It's not a young team that Pete has. I think in the past the Raiders have been so young across the board. Maybe not with when Carr was there or at the quarterback position, but it's in general they've been young. This is a more veteran team, guys that have been there, done that, and I think they do want to, get off to a quick start. Because in that division they're going to have to. I mean, look. Everybody knows what the Chiefs are. They're the big dogs in that division, and you can't take anything away from the defending AFC champions. You look at the Chargers, and I question certain things with them, but they're built to do what they do under Harbaugh. And then you look at Denver. And Denver, that's like the sexy pick in the AFC right now. Everybody wants to talk about. I don't see it. I'm not a big believer in them, but I think getting off to a fast start, that's something that the Raiders definitely want to do. I know Pete does as well. I mean, at the end of the day, Pete's, like you said, Pete hasn't lost yet. As a NFL head coach for his first game with the organization. Running the ball would probably be the correct way. You know what I'm saying? I think, we didn't see a lot of vanilla stuff in this preseason, and that was by design. Now you're going to see what they really want to do with Genty. You're going to see how they want to, use Bowers and how Kelly's going to place him in different places. And the same could be said for even, with Thornton, how they're going to use him, and Jacoby Myers, who I think in the next 2 weeks he'll have a new deal to remain in Vegas. So when you look at what they want to do now, the big question is going to be their secondary. The young guys. That's the corners in particular. Can Kelly hold up on one side? That's one thing. And then the offensive line. Are they going to be able to hold off? Because the Patriots did do one thing this offseason. Because you're right, last year the defense was trash. There's a lot of money to upgrade that defense. And Vrabel is a guy that's changing the culture there. So it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, but getting off to a fast start, that obviously is what they're going to attempt to do. And I kind of like them doing it, to be honest with you. Especially, I think it's going to be a lot of Genty in this game. I think he's going to want to show his new toy.
Right. I mean, I think you have to run the football, right? You have to run the football. When it's 3rd and 3, you need to be able to get that push and get 3.5, 4 yards unquestioned. Like, not, oh God, they got to measure it. Where'd the spot go? Like, oh, we got the first down. Like, you need that. But that to me also sets up play action. And Geno throws a nice deep ball. And with Thornton and Trey Tucker there, I think you're going to have opportunities to go play action and go deep. Honestly, wouldn't be shocked if the first offensive play of the game for us is a play action, and everyone's expecting Genty to boom, and you pull it back and you take that shot deep. I'm good with that. I'm good with also that it's been super vanilla. It's been super vanilla in the preseason, as I feel it should be. Like, you don't need to show everything you got. We don't need your boobies hanging out. We don't need to see all that. We just need to see that you're okay. Now go ahead and throw it all out there.
So just before you get into the rest of your statement, I'm gonna bring in my good brother, our Raider Killmonger, man. He's in the backstage. Let's get him up in here, man. Yo.
Eric, what's happening, my brother?
Salute, Thor. How you doing, GP? What's going on, gentlemen? Another fine day, I see, for Raider Nation.
Yeah, we talking week one, man. We focus on week one. Pats, you know what I mean? That's just all we talking about. What's gonna happen, what's going down week one, brother. That's what you pulled up on.
I mean,
Sounds
I
good.
think this game is huger than week one. I mean, obviously, like Joe was like, we are in the toughest division, and I really don't believe Denver's gonna. I mean, I know everyone's trying to crown Denver some. Denver ain't really done nothing. I'm waiting for the sophomore slump from Bo Nix. I'm waiting for that, man. We'll see what happens. They got a good D. Sure, okay, but I'm really not too scared of them. I really feel like, yeah, we lost to them twice. There was a pick right before the half in that one game, and then the pick six where we should have been scoring and they scored, and then the whole thing just spiraled after that. And just watching them play, they don't scare me at all. So, and the Chargers, I mean, they're cute, but they ain't no real threat. I mean, it's the Chiefs to me that's the real threat. Obviously, they keep winning Super Bowls and going to Super Bowls. I mean, but they're starting to come down. They're starting to come down after teams like lost. Like they got whooped. We'll see what they do, man. We'll see. But I'm just fired up to get out there and see what it really, really looks like. You know, because we as Raider fans, you know, a lot of people will say we're a little bit super optimistic, or a lot of us are super optimistic, super like we're always going to be out there doing our thing and repping hard, and we do is lose, but we're still fired up. Yeah, we are. We're supposed to be. We're fans. We're short for fanatics. So fanatic about it. Like I really believe this offense should be really potent, man. Obviously, it all depends on the offensive line.
So I got a question. Quick question.
Yes, sir.
So is it delusional to think that our team could win 10 games, possibly 10 games plus this season?
Do I do. I believe that. I believe we can win 10 games. I believe we can win 12 games. I believe we can win 7 games. I believe it all depends on different factors. Do I think we have enough talent to? Of course I do. Of course I do. You can't tell me offensively with an Austin Genty, with a Brock Bowers, with a Michael Mayer, with a Jacoby Meyer, who I believe is a very underrated receiver, as to where until he requested a trade or whatever, and that could be just a bunch of posturing for money too. Right. Until he did that, a lot of teams weren't even. They were like, "Who is Jacoby Meyer?" And everyone's like, "Oh, Jacoby Meyer's this dude that needs 60 million, whatever." Stop it! Like, pick a side. Pick a side. Either he ain't nothing, right, or yeah. The man don't drop balls, though. I know that. So,
he's perfect for
me. Be really, really good. And if it is, then yes, we can. We can win. Yeah. We can win double-digit games.
You guys are still hearing shit behind my mic?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing on. What the hell?
You know what?
I don't hear nothing.
That's crazy. I'm like, I
do too. But you're a fan.
Nah, earlier I was outside and it was the same shit.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, bro. You know what kind? What? Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna say it could just be the mic. It could just be the mic.
All right. I'm trying to get it together. Shit.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I think the floor for the wins is 7, and I think the ceiling is 11.
I like that.
I think if we're being real, there's going to be some things. Mm-hmm. Look, that division is a killer division. The AFC West and the NFC North are the 2 best divisions in the NFL. The 2 toughest divisions in the NFL, to me.
Right.
But I mean, I think at the end of the day, if there's going to be injuries, regardless. I mean, you're starting to see a little bit with some of the teams, and
we had some early ones, which is great.
There's I think there's still. I know everybody is earmarking Bo Nix to be that guy. I have my hesitations to do that. I'm not big on Bo Nix. That's just me. I may be in the minority, and I'm okay with that.
I'm with you on that, Joe. I'm with you on that.
I think we all are, man. We all. Nobody's sold on Bo Nix. I mean, what have he done? I mean, track record, you know.
And even with Harbaugh's offense in LA, like he's not really using Justin Herbert the way you would want a guy with his ability to throw the ball. He's going to rely on the running game. He's telling you what he's going to do with the drafting of Marion Hampton and with the signing of the other backs, Najee.
Yeah.
So when you have that, he's telling you already what he wants to do, and there's no receiver on the Chargers. To me, that scares me. There's not a receiver. I'm like, okay, I need to really game plan around this guy. Like, I know Keenan Allen's back there, but it's not like Keenan Allen is the same guy as he was.
The number one target is going to be McConkey for sure. He's not somebody that like I'm like superiorly like threatened by, but he's for sure going to be their number one target. McConkey is going to be their guy for sure.
Yeah, he Mr. Reliable, man. He was like that with Brock Bowers in Georgia, man. McConkey, they both were teammates. They were pretty reliable then, and but I mean, as far as him being a big play threat, I don't see it either.
Nah. And then when I look at the Raiders, because the Chiefs are the Chiefs, and I think if they get through the 4-game stretch with the receiver that's suspended, with Rice being suspended, and they get through that, they're still the Chiefs. And I think this is the year that window starts to shrink a little bit. And I think obviously it's probably going to be Travis Kelce's last year. And although he's lost a step, he's still one of the top 10 tight ends in the NFL.
It's true, but I'm just relying on him being happy and satisfied and getting all that poon and marriage and all that type of shit, and let that just slow his whole shit down.
I think after that Super Bowl and the way he played last season, I don't think that's the case. You know what I'm saying? I think he went back to the fade and the beard. So I mean, to me, when he has the fade and the beard, that's a different dude. And then with the Raiders, Thor, you touched on it with Jacoby. Look, that situation, they've been negotiating for a while to try to get a deal done, and it is just posturing. Look, I said this when I was on Hammer's show last week when it happened, like within hours after it happened. I think you're going to end up looking at a deal somewhere of a 3-year extension with 50 guaranteed, so 25 a year. He's not in that $30 million a year elite receiver group, but he's damn better than the $11 million he's owed this year.
Right.
He's not Terry McLaurin. I think that's what he was going for, the McLaurin money.
No, actually, he wasn't. He wasn't, from what I was told. He's not. He wasn't. They're not that far apart. But what he is, he's realistic. I mean, he's caught for over 1,800 yards in 2 seasons with the Raiders. I believe he has 9 touchdowns off the top of my head.
Less than.
And I know last year he didn't have a lot, but the year before he had a little bit more. So I was going through the stats on the other. So I'm trying to remember what I was saying then and what they were. But then at the same time, he didn't drop a ball last year, and he's put up these numbers with the trash quarterbacks the Raiders have had the last couple of years. So what does that say about him as a receiver if he has someone that can actually get him the ball like Geno? So when you have him, you have Bowers. The addition to Cooper, I think that's going to help alleviate certain things down the road. Thornton, Tucker, the speed guy,
right.
And Michael Mayer. People are going to forget Michael Mayer is running mentally healthy, ready.
We love Michael Mayer. Did you see the depth chart?
What's so funny is even with all that, who else is still also going to get contributions blindly? Ian Thomas, nigga. Ian Thomas is going to be right there too. And they're going to be running some 3 tight end sets. He's going to be on the field, and he's going to be like, okay, this one and that one and that one. And it's going to be one of those, like, when we need him, he ain't going to be busting all everywhere. When we need him, it's going to come through and be like, yeah, that guy too. We got weapons, bro. We got weapons.
We definitely got weapons. The thing is, we get disrespected with our weapons, and that's because They have to show it. They have to get wins. They have to show it. And we know
Facts.
that we have it, but you got to get wins. To me, the biggest thing to get wins is to score touchdowns when you're in the red zone. We cannot be settling. And we love Daniel Carlson. You know, GQ, my wife, your wife, their favorite player is Daniel Carlson because he's reliable for us as far as getting points for us. But we need that man to lead the league in extra points, not in field goals. Period.
Here's the thing I was gonna say with the weapons though. We have weapons this year. We've had other years where we had weapons. The problem is the person that was distributing the ball to the weapons was not efficient. And we have a guy now who's extremely efficient at getting the weapons the rock. So this is going to be I like for real, honestly, even if you want to go all the way back to DC when he was like, you got to go back to 2016 DC when he was like balling. If you want to go back, you got to go back there. I'm saying since 2016 DC, we haven't had a quarterback that has been competent enough to just do the fucking shit and get the ball to the weapons. Geno is the best quarterback we've had since 2016 DC.
Right. And he doesn't get the credit because when I was listening to the JT show the other earlier today, I think on the radio, he had brought up, I want to say Geno Smith is fourth in the league or third or fourth in the league in completion percentage. He's second in the league in fourth quarter comebacks. He's like top 8 in the league since last 22, which whatever 20, so 4 years. He's top 8 in the league in like 8 or 9 different categories, bro. But yet they always want to rank him as like the 18th best quarterback. It's like he just gets no respect. And I understand he struggled so hard when he came out to the Jets on the crap, but since then he's been solid, and we need that. We need that solid dude, that dude who can move. He's not like a running kind of quarterback in that sense, but he is a quarterback that can get out of the pocket, who can shift over here and come out to the left or the right. I don't even know which way I'm throwing, but to the left or the right, and find a dude and get the ball to a dude where he can catch the ball. Not 20 fucking yards over his head or 12 yards in front of him or some nonsense like that we see with these last. I damn near can't even remember their names. Who we had? Garoppolo and who was the last dude we had?
The Booger
Minshew, Garoppolo, all that shit, man.
I mean, so
Boy O'Connell.
All right.
And AOC ass.
AOC, man. Hey,
wait a minute. Hold on. Desmond Ritter.
Oh wow.
I forgot about him. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that's embarrassing. You know, that's embarrassing.
You gotta really, really try to think to remember these dudes.
Bobby Hoyer.
Oh my God. Not Hoyer. So
who was Carr's backup?
See, look, here's what I think about it though, right? I think it's like when you have the proper preparation, talent, and depth, and eventually these guys are gonna start gelling. You know, hopefully it's week 1 against the Patriots. You know, we should be trying to get. Oh my God, that dude, man.
He was Carr's backup. Stidham.
He wasn't bad. You know, he wasn't bad. Yeah, some sort of, you know, he was. But I think that, you know, we've developed some cohesiveness with these young players. I was just looking at the updated depth chart, and it was showing Kyle Blue starting over Darian Porter. You know, and showing his experience is hurting him as far as getting started well, moving forward. Who else did I see that was probably something? The new guy that we just drafted, I think his name was Colt, or was it Brendan Jackson or something like that? Yeah, they got him out there, linebacker. So it shows you that Harold just wants to stop the run. That's going to be a priority. You know what I mean? We
They
And
kind
have
of
also starting Parker over Laulu over Jonah. So I mean, and that's one that I mean, again, they trade for him, so they want to get him in, and
Booker.
it shows
Yeah,
depth.
Booker starting.
Thomas,
Yeah, they got
Booker. Yeah, they got Thomas Booker starting. Booker and fucking Butler, Adam Butler.
No, he got him starting over the other guy that he was talking about, Leaky Fotu and
Correct. And Jonah Laulu.
Yes, correct.
Them
And
is the
then
two backups. Them is the two reserves.
yeah, then they got Pagee at third string, Pagee and Tonka at third.
Right.
But what else did I see on them?
It's interesting. The Brennan Jackson character that you just mentioned, the linebacker, he's third on the depth chart, but he's in front of Cody Lindenberg though, not Eichenberg. Right. They have Eichenberg listed, I believe, beside him, but then they have Lindenberg listed behind him though. So he did bump up on somebody in the depth chart.
Did you see how they had Amari Cooper as a second? Amari Cooper and Jack Best are both second string receivers, either at block wide out. They got Cooper behind Jacoby, correct.
Mm-hmm.
And they got Best behind everybody else. But this like I was
Best is behind Tucker.
Yeah. Tucker starts
behind Tucker. And then they got the other receiver playing behind Thornton. Thornton's over was X.
Man, Dante Thornton is going to have a big game, man. I just got a feeling Dante Thornton is going to have a big game, bro. I really do.
Hey, I drafted him on my fantasy team. He's on my bench because I definitely I see that he has the. I say this, he has the potential. We definitely got to do it, right? We got to see it happen. But we know Gino likes to go down the field, and we know that this motherfucker is 6'5" and runs like the wind. He just got to make sure that they can get that connection, right? Obviously, it was preseason, but they didn't really get to connect like we wanted to see him connect. When they tried it a couple times during preseason. So, I'm definitely excited to see that connection because thinking about Gino and how he liked to go down to down the field to DK, he's going to be throwing the ball to motherfucking Thornton.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All he had was DK and Lockett, man. He have a lot of toys.
Hey, hold your thought, Killmonger, because Big Dog on campus gotta go ahead and stop the situation. We're gonna go ahead and pull in our boy Quiet Q. The quiet one.
Q.
Yes.
What's up, brother?
What it do?
What it do, Q?
Man, back at it, man. Week 1, let's get it going.
Let's get it going, Q. Q, let me know, man. Let me know your key right now to winning this game against the Patriots, bro.
Oh man, run the ball and stop the run.
Run the ball and stop the run. Hey, as simple as that, right? Run the ball and stop the run. Run the ball.
Let's get it going. We drafted this dude, man, number 6 overall. We're running a regular blocking scheme. Got a new coach, man, a real coach, a veteran coach, a little older, but seasoned and knows how to coach. It just feels different.
Yeah.
And I think Max and the defense, I know Max for sure, they take it to heart, man. So I'm excited to see what it do, man. Look like Tyree Wilson been playing better. We got Malcolm Cruz back on the other side. Let's just see what it do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On the quarterback, help out your young DBs, help out the defensive backfield.
Yep. Win the turnover battle. Win the turnover battle from week 1. You know what I mean? That's not bad. Week +2 or +1. Let's start getting back in the hands on some of the balls again. When Malcolm Cruz was good, man. Before he got injured.
Hey, yeah. Hey, Corey, who will be with us out in New England in a few days, Corey just said something that we really need to do. I mean, the offense, I feel like, yes, but we really have to We have to stop on third down, man. What? This is so crazy. I've never seen a team give up so many 3rd and 14s and 15.
Right.
Like, absolutely. I just don't know. I just don't even. To me, it's almost unbelievable sometimes. Like, it's 3rd and 15. You're going crazy. Like, oh, this is a for sure stop.
Yeah.
And they just like a quarterback that don't even run untouched for 15 yards. It's to me that's one thing. I don't know if it's because of all the vanilla shit they're running, but
Right.
they got to do something about a lot of this shit.
Now you got to get off the field on third downs, man. You got to make.
Got to get off the field on third down. That to me is a huge key. And we have to convert on third down. Do you know how many times on third down in 1 or 2, and I watch us get stuffed in the backfield for like 5 yards? Like, bro, stop it. You have to have push. That offensive line got to get pushed. You got to run forward, man.
Hey, the psychology of that is crazy too. Like, just think about that. We've been like accustomed in psychology. We've been accustomed to like when it's 3rd and 15, we can't even feel assured that it's a for sure turnover on downs. Like, we can't even be settled in. Like, yeah, we know that 3rd and 15, nigga. We know we got this. No. It's a nail biter, nigga, every time. Still,
Every sure with the Raiders.
you know, like, so yeah, we definitely got to get control of that, bro. I want to get back to the time when, like, if it's 3rd and anything past 10, oh yeah, nigga, that's our ball. You know what I mean? That's our ball. Y'all not getting that. You know what I'm saying? There's no way we're letting you get 10 yards on third down, bro. Like, you know what I mean? What the fuck is going on?
Right.
Yeah. And likewise, Thor. To see motherfuckers get 3rd and 15 on us and turn around, we can't get a 3rd and 2. You nigga, a 3rd and 1.
Unacceptable.
But here's the thing. I think it goes to something that the Raiders have for the first time in a long time, and that Pete has made obviously everywhere he goes, he puts a major emphasis on. That's culture. This team is there's a feel, and there's a feel within the locker room, a feel amongst the organization that I haven't seen in 10 years covering them. There's an actual culture that guys have bought in and believe, and that hasn't been the case in recent years. Like, the whole team hasn't bought in. The whole team has bought into what Pete is selling. They believe in Pete. They believe in the coaching staff. They believe in what they're doing. The offensive guys believe in what Chip Kelly's doing on offense. They played very vanilla to the point that's why they brought, you know, I was bringing up in the thing that offensively and defensively, they're playing very vanilla, basic stuff because they don't want to put anything on tape. They want to save it. You know what I'm saying? They can do it in practice, but they don't care about the preseason games. That's for the young guys to see how they act. So overall, I personally have a little more faith in what, you know what I'm saying? You know, maybe me being unemotional with everything when it comes to this too. But like, at the end of the day, I have a little more faith in what I see and what I've seen from this staff and what they've done as a whole compared to what I've seen last year, especially last year at training camp in LA. It was a shit show. The year before, I mean, again with McDaniel's experiment for 2 years, there's just a different feel compared to where it is right now.
Yeah.
I think, man, getting back to what Thor was saying, to stop those third down meltdowns. I think that, you know, we got to get more back focused on our secondary. You know, we put a lot of emphasis on our in the offseason on our defensive line and our linebacking core. You know, we bolstered both of them. And then our secondary is kind of like we haven't really brought in no big name in our secondary from our cornerbacks to our safeties at all. So, you know, hopefully that comes to us, you know, in the draft or free agency next year. But we do need a commodity out there. We need a proven commodity out there in our secondary.
Man, I like
you gotta trust in Pete to some extent in that, because that's Pete's strong suit, right? So he brought in a bunch of young kids, right? So we got to have faith that that's what Pete does. Pete has like a model or like a mold for like corners, and he has an archetype that they're going to come together.
He got burnt until old boy got burnt. He was the guy, Darian Porter. Then once he got burnt, they started putting, he started falling back. They started putting in more Caillou Blue. They started inserting other guys in the starting
look,
route.
but Caillou was balling. Caillou in practice and in the games on tape. The tape don't lie. He's been out there balling, and he's earned every step of the way what he's got. And on top of that, he's smart. Not only from what he learned at Bishop Gorman, but also with his dad being Brian Kelly. He grew up with a whole different attitude and outlook on football. So there's a trust factor that Pete has with him that he may not have with some other guys, especially with Porter, for instance. So
And he young too. He young. He gonna develop.
Yeah, and he is relatively young, but I think with Caillou in particular, like he's earned every step. He was the best corner all preseason and in practices, if you ask me.
That's good news to hear. They said from playing Greedy Vance, and then they said, "Bro, most consistent has been Caillou." And it's well earned. It's well earned. That's just things to notice that they're not really playing favorites. As most organizations do. The Raiders.
No, Pete already told you, guy. He get down. He don't give a fuck who you are. Young, old, nigga, new, big contract, little contract, nigga. Are you gonna get down? And that's really when you get to the root of it, some Al Davis shit, and that's why I dig it. Because Al Davis get to the brass tacks of the shit, nigga. Can you play or not? Are you gonna compete or not? Are you gonna, you know what I mean, do your shit or not? You know what I mean? If you're not gonna pop your shit, then you know what I mean, move out the way. I don't give a fuck who you are. I can dig it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what we want because we just want to win and
compete.
Yeah.
Say that again, Thor.
I like young and hungry, man. I like young and hungry. Sometimes you get these dudes that's veterans, 30 years plus, and you're giving them $10 and $15 million, and they not. I mean, they veterans, but I like young and hungry, man. Somebody that's trying to make a name for themselves. You can have some mistakes and whatnot with anybody, but I like young and hungry.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Bro, we need that. We need that young, hungry, and we need that swag. We need we need people to convert too. Like, Q, we see it all like you should have had that pick. So we need people who are gonna come in and actually convert the pick into an actual pick, not bounce off your hands and like you're close to making a huge play that can turn everything around, and then you just let it slip through your fingers. And I think a lot of times people who have been and they get kind of like they're happy with where they're at and they're doing kind of enough and all that's not good enough. That's not good enough. We want you to be all the way ready to go. And so with that young and hungry kind of attitude, it'll give you more of that. You know what I'm saying? And
yes, sir.
Football's the game of interest, man. So excited to see it out there in real life. I know, Joe, because you're out there and you're able to see more of it. You see it more, and we've seen what we've seen. Whatever little time I went to camp and went out there to watch preseason games or whatever. You don't really see enough of it. Dame in the building. What's up, baby? We'll see you in a couple days in New England, my brother. And so I can't wait. I can't wait to see it on the field. I really am hoping that it translates to W's, man. Because winning cures everything. Winning cures everything.
Another quick question, gentlemen. Anybody got any info on why we signed another quarterback the other day? Why we signed Jeff Driscoll for? Because where they say spoke their spot was saying something about injury. He has a link.
I mean, they wanted to just make sure that if kind of almost like just to be careful with Pickett and his hamstring. The last thing they want to do is trade for somebody, and then he pops it and he's out for a significant amount of time. So this is an opportunity. If it's not 100%, they have someone they can trust. They don't want to give it to the young kid off the bat to be the backup because that severely limits what you're going to run on offense.
Yeah, I like Driscoll, man. He was a pretty mobile quarterback in Florida. He was his accuracy, a little bit wonky, but he was pretty good. When the pressure was on, he would get us the first down. So I'm good with that. I was just seeing, Like, man, we just got this guy. Now we're signing another quarterback. How bad the situation is. But if it's only just, keep it around for the hamstring, etc., I'm cool with that.
I'll say this when it comes to the quarterback. I know the kid in the 5th round. They like him. If the Raiders are in a position to draft a quarterback this offseason in the draft, don't be surprised if that's the way they go.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Shit, with AOC going down, and then you had the kid, that was basically going to be the 3rd string. Like Joe just said, you don't want to have him 2nd string, and then you played for Pickett, who hadn't played all preseason because he was injured.
Right.
So he's so you definitely want to have another veteran type quarterback in the building that's been looking at the playbook for a couple of weeks just in case shit happens,
right.
And we all know it does unexpectedly. So better to be ready and not need them.
Right.
Than to need them and not be ready. You know what I mean?
Yep.
In unrelated quarterback news, Malott went to New Orleans, right? Which is crazy because he had that Taysom Hill type effect.
Oh yeah. Hey, New Orleans trash, bro.
Taysom Hill is trash. Malott to me though, just watching him, the transition to wide receiver just wasn't happening, and it wasn't happening quick enough.
Yeah.
Right.
I can feel that.
You wasn't set up too good.
You know what I mean? And
I thought he was going to make kick return.
Sometimes you got him.
We thought he was going to make kick return, man. What happened with that?
Returners are better.
We knew Labe was a pencil in. I thought it was going to be Labe and then Malott.
Nah, Tucker is I'll play him a lot by leaps and bounds.
Yeah,
by leaps and bounds.
With the afterthought,
Sure.
And then they still got what's the name listed down there too, Genty, which is crazy.
That's what when I seen that, I was like that.
That's what rookies do, though. Rookies back in the day, motherfucking Tim Brown used to return shit, man.
That he did.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I returned the last one he returned. I remember watching that.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, your number one receiver, you never really see running backs returning punts and kicks normally.
Right.
Not too much. But wide receivers, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, but yes, Suave for sure. O-line definitely do got to play strong. I think this game, just to get back on track just for a second, I feel like for us to be successful in this season, we for sure got to win games that we're supposed to win. And I'm not saying like the Patriots is just like boo-boo. I'm just saying like in a game like this, to me, this is a game that we're supposed to win. This is a game that like we're supposed to go in there to set the tone for what type of team we're trying to portray ourselves to be. We definitely have to win this game. This is a must-win game. So as we're talking about like what I feel like about the game, I feel like for sure this game is a must-win game because it's just going to be like the Patriots are, yes, they're a contending team. Yes, they're a team that wants to win now. And yes, they're, whatever their squad is, but they're not like a right now Super Bowl contender. It's a team like if you feel like you're supposed to beat somebody, you better beat these motherfuckers right here. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at with it. I feel like we got to go in there and win this game just to set the tone on who and what we're trying to be this year.
I agree with we have to win this game for the same reason. I don't think that the Patriots are a contender. I think that they are a young team that maybe a few years down the line might be if Drake May ends up showing that he's the dude, but I don't have faith in that. I really like their D might have got better, but to me their D was trash. Like sure they try to build it up. I mean every team tries to build up where they think they were weak, right? So we'll see if that comes to fruition for them. I don't believe it. I don't believe it because I think they're a team similar to us in that same, like we're obviously we both were 4-13 last year, so they're
Right.
similar to us in that aspect. But they have a new coach, like we have a new coach. It's an old veteran coach, so they're probably saying the same thing, and they're saying the exact same thing. Like, this is a game we have to win because the Raiders are trash, and whoa. We see we see the best in our team, and we see. But if you really talk about it player for player, we're a better team than them. Period.
Yeah, they score, man.
Pete Carroll too has to bring that out of these dudes, and I believe that he will. I have faith in Pete. I have faith in Pete until I get proven otherwise. But I have faith in Pete. That's why I think we got
it. This is the first game of the season, man. You want to come out strong, like you said. I mean, it's the NFL. Any given Sunday, you're not playing, one of the quote unquote juggernauts. You're facing another up and coming team, kind of like us. You said we had the same record last year, but these are the games you want to get your season off on the right start and start off 1-0 before you start facing division opponents and all that in a very winnable game.
Very winnable game. A very winnable is crazy because you look at the spread. The spread right now is 2.5. Patriots are favored by 2.5, right? So I was listening to some dude on the radio who was like a gambler kind of dude. And so you know how it was, Q, when we've been gambling, we've been sports betting for a long time. It always kind of was, they gave the home team automatically 3 points to start. Well, I heard that this guy was saying now they kind of automatically give the home team 2.5 points. So basically, they're saying that by them making the Patriots 2.5 point favorite, which is what it is, they're basically saying this is a coin flip. Basically, like you're both pretty much the same team. Well, I feel like we're more talented, and so we need to win that. We need to find a way to win that game, man. Finding ways to win games. Winning cures everything. We need to start winning. That's period, point. We got to win this game because of that.
All right, what's your final score prediction? I say like 33 to like 12 or 9 or something.
You got a straight blowout. I'm okay with that as long as we win 33 to 12. We scored 30 points. So I put mine up at the very beginning before the show even started. I got us winning this game 31-23.
Yeah, that's all I was doing.
I don't know.
What about
24-21. I'm gonna go also above 32. I'm gonna say 34. I'm gonna say 34-24. I think we go above 32 on the ass.
Okay.
Trying to showcase. It's time to showcase.
27-17, 27-20, right up in there.
Okay. Okay, Joe. So you're the one. You're going to give us your realistic opinion. What do you think the score is in this game?
He said 24-21.
I said 24-21.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a 3-point game. I do like the Raiders, but I like them for a reason that's different than what everybody's saying.
Okay.
Like, I do believe the Patriots are a team that's going to be contending for a playoff spot. That division is going to be tough with Buffalo and not necessarily the Jets, I don't believe, but I think Miami is a team to really keep an eye on. I think there's something about them that I think people are undervaluing them just a little bit this year. I don't think the Raiders are 10 points better than the Patriots. I think they're very similar. I think what's going to separate the Raiders from the Patriots in the game is going to be the quarterback play. I think Geno Smith at this point in his career is a better quarterback than Drake May. And I think Geno's going to be smarter with the ball. Drake May has a tendency to have a wild hair up his ass. So he's going to throw some balls, and 50 balls, and the Raiders can take advantage of it. So for me, it's going to come down to the Raiders creating an extra turnover and convert that into the points to win the game versus I don't think they're going to dominate. I don't think this is going to be a slugfest. And I think both teams are going to struggle early on with tackling because that's just the day and age of today's football in general. And again, I think where the Raiders are more explosive, the Patriots are better coached than what they were last year. Bottom line, their staff is better. I like the moves they made in the offseason, but I think the Raiders are a little bit better right now. So that's where I come up with the 24-21.
I like it. I mean, that's outside of the 2.5 point spread. I want to say the over under 44. So you right on the over under. I guess line is. So I mean, I can see that, but
I just don't see. I don't see them being able to stop the combination of Ashton and Brock Bowers and repetitive and hopefully Chip Kelly's new play calling style plays with these guys. I don't see an answer for Brock Bowers or even Junti if they. I don't. I see us being up by at least 2 touchdowns by 2, whatever the score.
I'm rooting for you.
I mean, we all hope you're right.
I just haven't seen nobody stop Brock Bowers. I haven't seen anybody stop Brock Bowers. You maybe slow him down a little bit here. Totally take him out. Got the other weapons. I don't see it. The coaches are thinking the same thing. Let's keep our foot on the pedal.
And like you said though, that's all gonna be on Chip. And I mean, we're gonna see, right? I believe in Chip's play calling ability as him being in the role that he's in, right? We know that when he's sitting in the role that he's in, able to just control his narrative with his play calling. The dude he's a genius. He's gonna be able to come up with some shit. So I don't disagree necessarily that he's gonna be able to get people in the proper positions to be successful. And then when you have a quarterback like Geno, right? Not that he's a superstar or whatever, but he's accurate. You know what I mean? He's accurate and he throws on time. And when you have receivers who are sure-handed, which most of our receivers are extremely sure-handed, and they can get open, and you got a quarterback who throws on time and accurate, I mean, shit. I'm just trying to put one and one together. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree with that.
But like I said, I'm as a coach and a player, it has to be done on the field, right? We'll see what happens when they get on the field, but that should be the case, right? That should be the case. So I mean, I agree. I feel like if Geno gets the ball in the Brock's hands accurately and on time, and he's able to make smart decisions, I don't see somebody being able to stop him. And if the O-line is doing their shit and blocking and making holes, and Genty is making the first motherfucker miss and bouncing their ass to hell, then I don't see, that being an issue. But again,
he's about 6 yards a carry. 6 yards a carry. He averaged almost what?
We'll see. We'll see.
You think he's going to average 6 yards a carry?
You're talking about college.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I watched Genty play 3 times in person, all on the side, or 2 of them on the sideline. Genty is a very good. Is the right pick, but Genty's a one-cut runner, and his left shoulder against UNLV last year, damn near it was a severe dislocation. They popped it, he played with a brace, and it was different. Against physical defenses, he averaged less than 3.5 yards per carry. So I think at the end of the day, he's not running against Mountain West squads. He's not running against San Diego State, Hawaii. He's not running against Colorado State. He's running against an NFL defense with dudes that are bigger and faster.
Mm-hmm.
Now for me, he should average between 3.9 to 4.3 per carry on the year. But there's this first game. There's going to be some jitters. Now, and Pete, I don't know if Pete or Chip want to give him 22 plus carries per game with that running back room. So they might limit it a little bit and ramp its way up as the season goes on. So I'm not expecting a 25 carry game. If he gets 17 for 87, that's in a touchdown. That's a very good start to his career, But I'm not again, like look, maybe because I'm not thinking with my heart when it comes to this. I'm literally looking at this as an outside observer, and you're right about Bowers. There hasn't been a team that can stop him, but they can roll covers. They can do a little bit more, and Vrabel's his defenses are very good at that.
That's why we're hoping his be as advertiser. We're hoping that his play style translates. We're hoping that it translates. That's the only thing that I could say that that we're hoping on, because we already know Geno Smith is accurate, and his passing yard output, what he's capable of. So, it's gonna be a good running back.
I just think we have a good running back room. I don't want Joe said, I hope they don't give him the ball 27, 25 times. Just getting in the league,
exactly.
Coming out of college, Mountain West. I mean, I got to you went out, you kept Zamir White for a reason. You got a veteran like Mostert in there for a reason. Dispel him, keep him fresh, keep him off balance. I think Chip Kelly's a smart offensive coordinator. Brock Bowers had 110 catches last year. We won 4 games, so it's going to be a lot.
Right.
That's just not an end-all, be-all.
Correct.
I think we got the talent that can spread the ball around. I love what Dante Thornton bringing Cooper back in. I'm not sure where he's going to fit in that yet, but Myers and Mayer, and we have a lot of talent to just have to depend on one person.
You still got to play though. Like I said, I'm a player. You know what I mean? I ain't just a talker. I'm a player. So I also understand that at the end of the day, no matter what the predictions and projections are, no matter who says what, motherfuckers got to strap that shit up and get on the field. You know what I mean? And so, when they strap it up and they get out there, we gonna see what it is. You know what I mean? But this is just what I expect, or what we expect, or what I hope for. I guess I can say. You know what I mean? But I definitely, I'm ready to see that shit. You know what I mean?
Big time, man. Ain't nothing like football season, man. Week 1, let's get it going.
Week 1 ain't nothing, bro.
Just
I don't know why this offseason went by fast. Last offseason seemed like it dragged on forever. I'm kind of like, oh my God, football is actually here. Like, we really ready to go. I just don't remember an offseason recently going by this fast. I can't wait, bro. I just can't wait.
There's a lot of anticipation too with the new regime and shit. It's just like Q said when he came in. It feels different. It just feels different. You know what I mean? With Pete, we know what he is. You know what I mean? We know what he do. And it's just the aura. You know what I mean? You could just feel the aura of what it is. And honestly, you gotta send it all the way up to the top. You know what I mean? It's that time effect. You feel me? Whether motherfuckers wanna believe it or deal with it or accept it or not, it's that Brady effect, bro. So him having his hand in what's going on with football operations, and just connecting the right dots, and for them to even bring Pete in, you know what I mean, and have the fucking atmosphere that they have, right? And even when we had teams last year and we were talking about even with players, if we would have had the right play calling, okay, so now we got Chip Kelly in here, you know what I mean? They kept what was good. We was like, damn, our defense was straight. Well, nothing wrong with that. They like, okay, well, DC is still here. You know what? Rob Leonard was getting interviewed for head coaching jobs. Guess what? He's still in the building, right? Like, the moves that they did, the way that they kept this shit intact, and it's something like Thor said. Obviously, as fans, as fanatics, we always are optimistic or have something to believe in. But I was saying it earlier, like with the moves that they made and the people that's in the building, this is like something really worth being optimistic about. It's not something false. It's like. It's okay. You ain't got to be shamed in being optimistic about the direction that they're going.
I think for the first time in a long time, they're going in the right direction.
Right.
I think everybody sees that. It's not just the nation. It's not just people that are pundits that that cover the team or the NFL, but I think other teams see that, other fan bases see that, and they're like, okay, they got adults in the building now. They got grown-ups that are running the team. And again, people don't want to give Mark Davis credit, but look, I give Mark all the credit in the world because when he realizes there's a mistake, he doesn't mind paying the money to fire the mistake and bring somebody else in. How many other owners do that? Or how many of them stick with the coach for a year or two because they don't want to pay that extra 2 years? They just suffer, and the fan base suffers. Mark's like, nah, forget that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna fire McDaniels. Or you know what? AP's not right. I'm firing AP. I'm gonna hire this guy to come in and hire Pete to come in and do what he does. So Mark hired the right people. It seems like Mark hired the right people. And I mean, if you look at this offseason, I don't think there's a move that the Raiders made that could have anybody scratch their head and say that's a bad move. I think they've made moves that are like, that makes a ton of sense. These are good football moves. And when's the last time you could say that as fans?
Exactly. Right. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact. Because every year they're just like this. Oh my God, what the hell? And we haven't had to do that really this year at all. So that's great. That's great.
We didn't overpay for any free agents.
Right.
Some of the dudes that was here last year, you know, hadn't been with him, and they went and got big money. You know, more power to them. I would have preferred not to give Morig $50 million, and I liked him, but the slot corner, he got $48 million. I'm okay.
Right.
I like the direction we're headed. You know, like us, young and hungry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We ready,
Still
man.
brought in a veteran safety for 2 years, $16 million instead of paying Morik $17 million a year. It's not that big of a difference between those two players.
Right.
Right.
And it gives you more money to sign other talent. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, I love the mentality of where, because we tried to do this once before, right? I can't remember the regime. It could have been Gruden, but like they tried to do it where when it was coming in, like we're competing now, but we're still trying to like build for the future a little bit. You know what I mean, as well. So like this combination of like the talent that they brought in, that they drafted, the people that they brought in free agency, it's like ballers. Motherfuckers that like, no, we can win with these motherfuckers, but this cat is young and he's hungry, and he's still gonna be here for like 4, 5, 6 more years, like shit like that. You know what I mean? To where it's like, but it's like you're not looking at it like, yeah, that's just a developmental player, which you have those, but it's
right.
You know what I mean? You have those, but I like the way, you know, that again, just it's the Pete shit, you know what I mean? And just what they want, the players that they bring in, you know, he has an archetype like Storr's talking about. He has a particular type of player that he'd like to see, you know, the build of that player, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be exciting, bro. It's interesting to talk about Raider football in such a way, you know what I mean, that you really have something to be excited about. And I was talking to somebody else, I think, about this the other day. Even in the league, when you're talking about quote unquote the stigma of the league with the Raiders, I feel like is even a little bit different with us having Tom Brady, with the way Mark is with his business with the league. It's not necessarily motherfuckers. It's always just like out to get us. Hopefully we get some love this year. Like, oh yeah, y'all is Tom Brady team. Well, yeah, let me give you some of these calls, big dog. I'm gonna take them. I need y'all.
We definitely overdue.
I need it all, bro. I need it all. You feel me? I need it all.
We definitely overdue.
Hey, last thing, man, real quick. I'm kind of excited about the linebacker room, bro. I'm just excited to see how they're gonna play. Even with Jamal Adams coming in to play safety, getting Jermaine Pratt from Cincinnati, Devin White seeing what he still got. I'm excited about that. I want to see how they're gonna come out.
Let's go. That's your room right there, Q. That's your room right there. Linebacker.
Yes, sir.
LBs.
Let's go, man. I'm excited to see it all, man. I'm excited. I'm gonna be out there. I'm gonna be repping out there. I'm gonna try to go live out there on my phone, even if it's for 20 minutes here or there, different Raider parties and stuff if I can, depending on how Wi-Fi and shit like that is. But let's go get this W, man. And now football season is back, so hopefully we'll be back every Tuesday night, and we'll be able to come in here next Tuesday and talk about a win, how we did it, whether it was by 3 or by 8 or by 22 or whatever. I don't care if it was by 1. Find a way to get win, man. I'll be
Just
more than
win,
happy.
baby.
Just win.
Let's go. I don't care if we win 3-0. Find a way to win the goddamn football game.
Got to.
All good. Joe, thanks for coming in, brother.
Appreciate you guys.
It's football season, so we finna be back rolling. We finna be back rolling regularly now. So
Gotcha. Safe travels to you and Melissa, man.
next weekend, with the home opener weekend, if you around, we finna be doing a lot of shit. So I'm gonna get with you, man, and right on, brother. You, my dog. Let's go. You, hell yeah.
Patriots, man. Patriot week, man. We're gonna get them Pats.
Hell yeah.
Man.
Yes,
baby.
sir.
Red Nation all day, baby. Nation or nothing, man. We love y'all. Thank y'all for being in here, man. I gotta do for tonight and tomorrow to get ready to be really Thursday morning. Let's go, Red Nation.
For
Love
sure.
y'all, man.
Pull up.
Yeah.
Tap into